And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
I'll look at the West All-Stars starting group. They've got Young. Antetokounmpo is out there with Davis. Then there's LaMelo Ball. And it's Jokic in at the 5. Young's shot is off.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand. The biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
And you love seeing that great Mobile One drive a second time.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had, taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this one.
He was all alone on that one.
You know, over the last few years, AD's made enough threes to force defenders to respect him from back there.
Outside Edwards. Over Davis. Edwards can't hit.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Already in his career, we've seen the numerous ways in which Ball can score. He's got a lot in his package.
West All-Stars shooting their first free throws here for the night. First free throw is good. And the East All-Stars with some changes. Banchero's checked in for Vucevic, and it's Jason Tatum in for Edwards.
And what did it at the line?
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. Now, he was modest. As he said as a coach, is because of the players he's gotten to work with this season. He said, I'm surrounded by talent. Guys who actually have to go out there on the court and get it done deserve the respect. And, Kevin, this is why so many of his players respect him.
Thank you, David. And he lobs it up.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
And the West All-Stars with possession, trailing by 2. Outside, Davis. And there's the pass to Ball. Launches a 3. The West again cannot hit.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
The feed to Banchero. Yurtsevin with it, and Young picks him up defensively. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Young outside. Ball kicks to Young. He's looking for Giannis and finds him. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances. An athletic forward who dunks it with style. He's showing off his dunking ability right there.
And now another look at that great drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Now here's Ball. Here's Davis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. He goes on Jason Tatum. West All-Stars shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
You know, with that combination of strength and length, Davis can easily overwhelm defenders and get himself to the foul line.
Doncic against Ball. Doncic passes to Yurtsevin.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Young finds Antetokounmpo. The basket good off the assist from Young. Antetokounmpo's got his 2nd bucket.
You know, there was a time when Giannis wasn't too comfortable on catch and shoot jump shots. That's not the case these days, and that's a testimony to his hard work.
Now here's Curry. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And Ball slams it in.
Davis is so long now. He's about 7'1" in height, but his wingspan is much more than that. Started the transition opportunity with the steal there.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
From deep, Jokic. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Curry on the wing. Antetokounmpo defending. Curry dishes to Doncic. Back to Curry from outside the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 6.
In the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent, and when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Ben Carroll. And that one, good.
Well, I tell you what, Curry is such a tremendous perimeter shooter that I think his ability to set up teammates and his unselfishness are often underrated.
Outside, Ball. Tatum against Davis. Fires top of the key. The West again cannot hit.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Fast break. Here comes the West. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo. Back to Jokic. Tatum trying to break free. The West again cannot hit. The East leading by 3. Doncic outside. Passes it to Yurtseven. And the layup's good off the glass. He has 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Back to Young. Can they get it? An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And that's getting it done from deep. That's what the All-Star game gives you, the freedom to show your full range.
You know, taking that shot in a regular season game might get you a spot on the bench, but here, he gets you a standing O. You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities. I got yours, I got yours.
Young for 3, and the West hit again from deep.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's blocked. Doncic against Ball. Pass to Yurtseven. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 6 assists in the game. Now Young. Again, the West All-Star.
He's really clever with the basketball. Young, so advanced offensively. Excellent pull-up jumper there.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the East All-Stars. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
Back with you again on the most entertaining night on the NBA calendar. 1 quarter down and 3 to play in the All-Star game.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Vucevic is out there with Edwards. Then it's Yurtseven. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Mitchell in at the 2 guard. So that's who the East All-Stars start the second with. Back to Young. score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Curry looking it over. Down low, it's tipped, and that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Banchero's checked in for the East.
Light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight, and that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Davis. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, with his ability to stretch the floor, Davis really adds another dimension to his team's offense.
Mitchell banked in off the glass. Mitchell's got the lead up to 8 now for the East All-Stars.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
The 17-footer. A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got his first bucket in this one.
And because of that high basketball IQ he possesses, Booker takes great shots, and he knows the value of the mid-range game.
And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for the West. And stolen by Booker. Outside Butler, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Boy, a fine passer at his position. Jimmy Butler recognizes when his teammates are open and how to get the ball to him.
Booker finds Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot, no good. Curry with some nice D.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low. A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Davis. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. That's tipped. Curry against Davis. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's the East with the rebound. Yurtseven's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Williamson, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Some nice passing here by the West. To the paint. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Yurtseven's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Curry passes to Mitchell.
The aggressiveness of Mitchell, willing to take on the entire team to earn that foul.
The East All-Stars shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And he can't get the first one. Tobias Harris is checked in for the East. Irving comes in for Curry, and he sinks the second. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Davis. Dishes to Butler. Loads it up for Davis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Inside. Yurtseven. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Outside, Davis. They need this. East grabs the miss. Now, here's Mitchell. 9 points in the game so far. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
I tell you what, a lot of shimmying and rim rattling going on in this one tonight, guys.
These guys are spending more time in the air than they are on the ground, that's for sure.
To the inside. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
An accurate shooter from all areas of the floor. Booker has the confidence needed to dominate on offense.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the East All-Stars.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
Yeah, and you know, when Edwards is aggressive, I think it forces defenders to try to get physical back, and when he's close to the rim, he usually is able to draw the foul as a result.
Balls checked in for Devin Booker. And Edwards drops them both.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Now, here's Jokic. He's defended by Yurtseven. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Davis. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Irving.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
The offensive rebound. Mitchell outside. There's the three. That shot is off. And the West will go the other way with it. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Davis against Edwards. Top of the key. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the West All-Stars. Murray comes in for Davis. And Trae Young subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Irving kicks to Mitchell. 26 seconds left in the second quarter. Count it. Mitchell's got 13 points now in the quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Shot's good from Young. Here's Irving. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Mitchell. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Young outside. It's deflected. And so it's the East All-Stars riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome to halftime of the All-Star Game. You're watching some incredible talent. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. And guys, so far, this has been no contest as the Eastern Conference All-Stars have raced out to a huge lead here at the half. They've looked like a team that's been playing together all season. The West just could not keep up.
Well, and coming to this game, you know it's a showcase. So much talent out there on both sides, I may add. The East is bringing so far, looking really strong.
And all of these guys have a huge potential. Loving to face off against guys as good as them. And that's not always the case every real game in the regular season. Most of these guys are the best or the second best players on the field.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
And it's time to strap in as we get set to bring you the explosive action of the second half of the All-Star game.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final two quarters.
And we welcome you back. The biggest stars of the league are putting on a show here at the All-Star game.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
Tipping off the second half, here's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5. They've got Antetokounmpo all out there with Young. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Davis in at the 3. Davis has the open look. No good with the triple.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Wide open. Rebounded by Vucevic.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Yurtseven. It's good. Yurtseven's got 12 points in the game.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Jokic finds Ball. Pulls up on the wing. Yep, that one goes. Ball's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, he's an incredible ball handler at 6'7". LaMelo can get space for his shot practically anytime he wants to.
The East All-Stars have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. No good on the free throw. Banchero's checked in for Vucevic.
Already embracing his role as a leader on this team. Morant brings a strong work ethic and winning mentality to this team.
Young's shot is good. 14 points for him.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Here's Morant. And the basket is good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Outside Ball. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Banchero grabs the board. Banchero's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Morant passes to Banchero. That one falls. And the East leads by 19.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Ball kicks to Young. Here's Antetokounmpo. The basket good. Off the assist from Young. Young's got 4 assists in the game. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the East. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And going up strong inside demonstrates confidence. Morant not afraid to get physical.
He's off on the second.
Just can't seem to get right from the free throw line here in the second half.
Count the basket. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
On the wing, Mitchell. He's covered by Ball. And that one's good, Mitchell.
And the coaching staff loves this. Mitchell being assertive on offense and just imposing his will.
Now the pass to Davis. Here's Jokic. He's defended by Yurtseven. Feeds the ball. Good. Nice job down low. Ball's got 8 points.
You know, because Ball is so skilled, defenders try to get physical with him, rough him up a bit, but it doesn't faze him. That rarely works against Ball.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
That was a good time to call a timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
A big group substitution here for the East. Sabonis, he's checked in for Omer Yurtseven. Jason Tatum comes in for Banchero. Doncic is checked in for Mitchell. And it's Stephen Curry in for Morant. And West also making a switch. Butler's checked in.
Boy, one of the things that stands out with Domantas Sabonis, this guy is high energy all the time. He's a relentless glass eater.
Passes the ball. The tray. They get it back. The East leading by 18. And here's Doncic from the arc. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists tonight. Young pass. The ball. Now Butler. Out to the wing. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Hits some rim on the way in. And the bucket's good.
A lot of times Jokic is creating a jump shot for somebody else, but he's just as good a receiver as he is a distributor. And that's pretty impressive for a 7-footer.
Curry passes to Sabonis. And he gets the bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Such an instinctual player. Young often sees the opportunity before anyone else.
Curry, Tatum trying to break free. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got his 7th assist here tonight. Curry against Young. And there's the call on Curry. That's foul number 2 for him. And the East All-Stars with some changes. Vucevic comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And Harris subbed in for Edwards. The West also making some changes. Smith checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Trae Young. The East leading by 19 points. Curry with it. 17 points in the game. Outside Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. The East All-Stars need to get another shot. Curry's shot is good.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the third. Outside ball. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Ball's got 11 points.
Ball will not let his opponent just own the arc. He can knock it down from there, too. So competitive.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Uncovered. Again, the West All-Stars.
Boy, they have finally found a shooting touch after a rough first half.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. LaMelo Ball picks one up.
Look at Luka playing hard, which is always the way he goes. Hits a foul, but keeps pushing and takes his shot, playing through contact.
The East All-Stars have hit 4 of 8 from the free throw line so far. Folks, that's 50%. Not great work there. And so here are the West All-Stars. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. Again, the West All-Stars.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
3-pointer. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's the East All-Stars with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Right back after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Well, we're back on a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star Game.
And, you know, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star Game, is there?
Edwards is out there with Jason Tatum. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Curry. And it's Yurtsevin in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Edwards finds Curry. Good on the 3-point shot. Curry's got 10 points here in the second half.
And he got loose from the 3-point range in the first half, and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second. And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Clock at 2. And it's Williamson missing.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to see.
That's simply an outstanding play, working the size mismatch right at the rim.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And it's plays like that, Kevin, that show you why they are so far ahead. Didn't settle for anything outside and went right to the rim.
They grabbed their own miss. Antetokounmpo. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
You know, gifted with what seems to be a limitless reach, the Greek Freak can get to offensive rebounds that most others only think about getting to.
And the dunk by Williamson.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Now a timeout called by the East.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be a slight tweak.
And the East All-Stars with some changes. Banchero's checked in for Edwards. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Doncic. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Jokic comes in for Zion Williamson. And it's Anthony Davis in for Butler. Mitchell looking it over. Curry on the wing. Sinks the three-pointer. Curry's got 28.
What an exhibition he's putting on today. This is about as hot as you can get.
Outside, Davis. Pass to Jokic. Some nice passing here by the West. Giannis with it. Young outside. A three ball. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the East now will go the other way with it. 22 is their biggest lead. For three, Mitchell. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. Giannis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Young kicks to Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
And now that's what these people came to see, just punishing the rim.
Boy, that was tremendous. That one will be worth some points in the dunk contest.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
Boy, and that'll give them a nice injection. Nothing like a rejection to get a team fired up.
Young passes the ball. From outside, off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
For three, Mitchell. He makes his 10th basket of the night from the field. He has missed 2 shots from the floor.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Ball finds Young. Jokic inside. He's defended by Yurtseven.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Vucevic checked in for the East. Edwards comes in for Jason Tatum. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, the aggressive approach from Giannis, I like it. Not settling for the layup, instead punching it on. That's the way you do it.
The shot by Mitchell, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the East All-Stars.
Well, you know, throughout this game, they shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Banchero's checked in for Vucevic. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And the play-in tournament, Greg, is here to stay, but the terminology is somewhat in limbo. Is that going to be part of the playoffs?
You hear people say it's not the playoffs, it's the play-in. Maybe the term postseason should cover both the play-in and the playoff. Something to think about.
Timeout called, East All-Stars.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
Boy, he completely took over, I think, on both ends of the floor. Scoring with authority and influencing a lot of plays, almost every play. This was the kind of night you dream about as a player.
And the tradition and honor of just being invited to play here, let alone receiving honors of All-Star Game MVP. Just tremendous. In fact, one could argue we had a couple great candidates here, but he deserved it. He kicks it to Mitchell. Over ball. And another miss by the East.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
Mitchell left side. Jokic with the steal. Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Young.
Yeah, his court awareness and feel, Jokic is incredible in those areas. I mean, he sees the floor extremely well for a big guy.
Young against Curry. Left side, ball. It's stolen by Curry. Here's Mitchell. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 24 points for Donovan Mitchell.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the West All-Stars.
Tries it from 9. Got a piece of it. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. The West trails by 12. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, and the crowd goes crazy after seeing that finish.
Yep, a throwdown appropriate for the occasion. That's how to get these fans revved up and excited.
He's so strong from mid-range. The D needs to keep in mind what a feel Mitchell has for that shot.
Young with no one around. And the West hit again from deep.
Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
Ball against Mitchell. And the pass to Banchero. Floats one. That one's not going to go. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Here's Davis. Sweet little floater.
Hey, this is a difficult shot for anybody, this floater, but with Davis and his size, even more difficult. And he's added it to his repertoire.
Mitchell lays it up and banks it in. Mitchell's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Well, let's say the defense being played here tonight might be a bit on the soft side from both teams.
Well, I know you're not surprised, are you? I mean, fast and loose is the way this game should be played.
On its way from Young for 2. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Kudos for the effort, but he got there a little too late.
And some changes here for the East. Vucevic comes in for Banchero. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
And the West All-Stars with possession. They trail by 7. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, tight little up fake there. Young using it to create contact, and we know he's a terrific free throw shooter.
And the East All-Stars with some changes. Banchero's checked in for Vucevic, and Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Luka Doncic.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. 22 is their biggest lead.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Davis finds Jokic. Here's Young. Rebound by the East All-Stars. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 7-point lead. Timeout called here by the East. They're going to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
From deep three-point range, Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Here's Mitchell, and he drops it in from the low post. Mitchell's got 30.
One of the more powerful young guards in our game. Mitchell loves to attack the heart of the defense.
So the East All-Stars win it.
And guys, while the result and the bragging rights go to the East, this was truly a night that belonged to the fans. I mean, it was another great showcase of the world-class talent across the NBA.
It seems to get better and better every year, doesn't it, Greg? Huh? So fun to watch. It was certainly a fun evening. We thank all of you for joining us and watching with us. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.